Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here. In this video we're talking about Game Boy Advance and Nintendo Switch emulation as well as some very rare ROMs. Let's get started. Alright, we'll kick things off here talking about Game Boy Advance emulation with NanoBoy Advance. NanoBoy Advance is a free and open source GBA emulator available for Windows, Mac, and Linux. It's geared towards emulation accuracy. Back in December of 2021, NanoBoy Advance 1.4 was released, and just a few hours ago, NanoBoy Advance 1.5 was released. In this version, we've got a bunch of new changes. If you are currently using NanoBoy Advance, these are the updates you'll notice right away. They have to deal with the user interface. Maintain a list of recently opened files for quick loading, allow loading ROMs via process arguments, add shortcuts for full screen and window scale, implement a workaround for the broken menu bar during full screen on Windows, hide the FPS counter by default and add an option to unhide it. And for those who have never used NanoBoy Advance, I will be putting up a tutorial sooner or later on this channel. It does require you to provide your own BIOS file. Next up here, we're still talking about Game Boy Advance emulation, and this time it's with mGBA. mGBA just got a brand new update, but in the development versions, not in the mainline version. As of today, or yesterday, or maybe a few days ago, depending on when you're watching this video, scripting support is now available in dev builds. If you are familiar with scripting, you can now write and run scripts in Lua, and they also have a channel on their Discord server opened up specifically for scripting, so if you want to discuss more about it, that's probably where you want to go. On top of that, there's a bunch of features that are currently implemented, like save state saving and loading, taking screenshot to a file, and instruction advance, frame advance, and resetting the emulation state. And as always, I will leave a link to the relevant information in the description below. Feel free to check it out. Next up, we're talking about Nintendo Switch emulation on Android with Skyline. And yes, we finally have another update. I say finally, it's only been a few days, but yes, the developers have made even more progress. Now, it's absolutely no secret that Snapdragon processors normally perform the best when it comes to emulation on Android. And if you've got a Mali GPU, you're generally a little bit behind in terms of what you can do on your device. The Skyline developers, though, just had a massive breakthrough for Mali GPUs. This is Cuphead. Yes, the colors are a little bit messed up, but it is running on a Mali device. And here is Super Mario Odyssey running on an Exynos 2200. Yes, the Exynos 2200 doesn't have a Mali GPU, but it also doesn't have an Adreno GPU, so this is pretty good progress. The graphics are a little bit messed up. There are some messed up things here, but at least we're making some strides forward. And for those of you with Snapdragon processors, Super Mario Odyssey is rendering a heck of a lot better, and the frame rate seems to have picked up a little bit. And interestingly enough here, if you change the language in-game, it will actually affect the rendering, so you might need to play around to see which language renders best for you. On top of that, Rayman is rendering very good and running very smoothly, so it appears that Skyline is getting better regardless of what GPU you have in your device, and to me that is a big thumbs up. That is a big win. Next up here, we're talking about some very rare ROMs, and the first one is for the PC-88. It is called 3156 Coro Coro, or Coro Coro, I think. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments below. Anyways, there's a very interesting article. I'll leave it in the description below. This was a game that was thought to have been cancelled, but it turned out it wasn't. And it is a dice puzzle game. And the second game is considered a holy grail. It's an arcade game called Marble Madness 2. And support was just added to MAME. I will leave a link to MAME's GitHub in the description below in the event that you do want to check it out, and I'm certain that this is going to make it into next month's update. And more information about this legendary and elusive ROM has surfaced on the Internet Archive. There is a ton of information here. And for those of you who want to see this game in action, I'll leave a link to Marble Man's YouTube video in the description below as well, and I do recommend checking it out. There is a pretty long play of Marble Madness too. But anyways, that is all I've got for you in this one. Straight to the point, all stuff and no fluff. Let me know your thoughts on anything we talked about today in the comments below. And if I missed something, let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button, check out my other videos, don't tempt fate, save your state.